Okay, what we're going to cover now, this is the IP Office Soft Console. Soft Console is what you get when you have the IP Office Receptionist license. The Receptionist license can be purchased when you have the Essential Edition, Preferred Edition, or Server Edition. With the Essential Edition or Preferred, you can have up to 4 of these licenses on a system. And if you have the Server Edition, you can have up to 10 on a Server Edition network. And first of all, what we're going to do, this is a Windows call control client. So this is going to control a phone. So what I have next to me, I have in this case, a 1408 phone. Could be any of the digital or IP sets. And I'm going to control the calls using this application. So I still need a talk path. I'll still have a telephone. Most of the time, the receptionist may have it under the desk or off to the side with a headset on. So when we look at this application, first of all, just to kind of talk to some of the different areas, so I can customize this. So if I go into Tools and I go to Preferences, I have the different areas here. I can actually go in and name. So I've named a couple of these park slots. So I can name this one Support, for example. I could have also gone into my BLF groups. So I have, Denver, Sales, Philadelphia. I can add a new group, rename them, change the members. So all those things can be customized through this. And let's start out with actually getting a call. So first of all, I'm going to call. And what you see here is this red area. This is alerting me that a call is coming in, and I see all my caller information. I double click with my left button on my mouse, and that answers the call. Now these buttons up here change when I'm on a call. So here you can see I can hold the call, I can transfer it, I can hang up, I can record the call. So those become active based on where you are in a call. So let's say I'm on this call and I need to put the person on hold. I can drag it down, drop it into a hold area. What's nice about this hold area, you'll have all the information on the caller. You can tell that he's been held now for 10 seconds, 11 seconds, right? So if I want to pull him back, and I can pull a specific call back off a hold. If I had like 4 or 5 calls on hold, I can go to the one I want to pull back. I double click on it. It's going to bring that call back to being a live call. Okay? So what happens is that's the way that works for that. Now, I could also park a call. So now I'm down here parked. Okay, and the way I did it was I just touched on the park, with the left mouse button. I could also drag a call down and drop it on a park. And of course pull it back by basically pressing on the park again. Okay? So it's almost like a toggle, right? I can toggle on or off the park. I can drag down to the hold area or pull them back. I can transfer a call by basically taking this call and dragging it and dropping it on another phone. That transfers it. So next, over on the right-hand side, you have a couple of areas. So when you look at the right-hand side, so the first thing I'll do is I'm going to put a phone here. I'm going to put the Sid Rice phone on Do Not Disturb. So now we see it's a blue X here. So now I will come down and find Sid. And I'm going to go into Properties. And you see how I have a Do Not Disturb? I uncheck that. I hit OK. And you'll notice that on my phone, you can't see it, but I'll tell you the light went off. And on the icon for Sid, the blue X went away. So I can do things like turn on or off a forward, turn on or off a Do Not Disturb. So let's say I left the office, I forgot to turn Do Not Disturb off. I could call in, ask the receptionist to do that. So you have all those different areas here. I can drill down and see all the specific details here on Sid Rice. He's not on Do Not Disturb. He's currently, logged in. He's part of these different groups. Okay, so this is all things that the receptionist can see if the person's forwarded. So here I can see I have one voicemail message. If I wanted to, for example, here's, mobile twinning. I want to change something on a forwarding option or whatever. I can go in and basically change that as the receptionist. So those are things that, I can do with this person. Now, the bottom right-hand side here, I actually have, these are my, I'll call them enhanced BLFs, so enhanced busy lamp fields. So first of all, we'll take a look. I've got a phone here that's Bill. If I pick up, pardon me, I grabbed the Joe phone. If I, let me switch over to Bill since I said Bill. So I pick up Bill's phone, you notice how it goes red because I went off hook. Okay? So I go off hook, that person's red. So I know they're not available, they're on the phone. Again, I mentioned if I turn on the, do not disturb, I'll see a blue X there. So now Bill is on do not disturb. If I go over to Sid's phone and I turn his forward on, you'll notice that now there's a green little arrow here for forwarding. And if I hover over that user, you'll actually see Sid, he's extension 201, he has one message, his status is forwarded all calls to extension 310. So sometimes this is helpful. The receptionist can almost help with troubleshooting, right? You have a phone that the person says, hey, my phone doesn't ring anymore, okay? And they don't realize that they forwarded their phone. The receptionist can see right here, hey, your phone is forwarded. And in fact, as I noted before, you actually have the ability to go in here and actually, change things. So, I will fall back off of Sid here. Nope. Thing. And what we want to do is we want to change the forward, right? So I'm going to come in here and go to Properties and go to Forwarding. And you see right here, forwarding unconditionally to 310. If I uncheck that, hit OK, you notice the green arrow goes off and now Sid is not forwarded. So again, the receptionist could turn that off if someone had turned it on and couldn't remember that they had turned it on even, or doesn't remember how they did it, right? Strange things can happen. So anyway, that is kind of a quick nutshell of Soft Console. One last thing I want to leave you with on Soft Console, the person can actually monitor the queuing, so to speak. So in this case, I have the queuing going, this group here is called main, okay? It's the main receptionist, right? So I'm going to dial to the receptionist. So here you see I've got multiple calls coming into that main, and basically these blocks are telling me that I actually have calls in that queue. So the first call, that's fine. The second one, I actually have a warning threshold if I have 2 calls. I'll call another person into that group. Now you see I have 3 calls. Now I have 4. So basically, you're able to call in, and I'm going to hang all these up. But you're able to call in and see. That could not only be the operator, that could be like you have a regular contact center and you have calls that are going into it. The operator has a level of visibility to see, hey, I have a lot of calls in that queue, and either they can take those calls, so they can select it, pull that call out, they're going to get the one that's been sitting the longest, or they could alert a supervisor, hey, there's a lot of calls in that queue, it's exceeded the warning. Okay, so those are things you can do with the Soft Console. Again, it's a call control application you get with a receptionist license, and it basically will make the receptionist, more effective. And again, this will work across a multi-site network, so it's not only just one site, but across a SCN or a small community network. Thank you very much.